Okay, so the oil pipe session. Um, this one is fairly confusing. One, because the manual seems to be not wrong, but gives you the installation that's kind of difficult, which I'll go through in a second. But the other part is that it's just hard to figure out how to route these hoses inside the chassis so that they're not touching stuff and stuff like that. Um, there's three pipes. The first one is the 39C059. This is the shortest one. Um, this goes from the rear port on the bottom of the engine to the bottom of the sump tank. I was able to route this fully within and above the chassis bars. The next one is the 39C060. Um, and this pipe is it has one acute angle and the other side is straight. This is the one, these next two are the ones that the manual sort of flips. They give you the install, which is a little bit more difficult, but my dealer said the way I installed it is works just fine. So this one goes from the front port of the bottom of the engine to the driver's side of the radiator. Now the manual has this going to the passenger side of the radiator, but I found that the pipe connections it is really tough to reach. So I did the driver's side. Um, the engine side of this pipe ends up below the chassis bar, but you can route the rest above the chassis bars towards the radiator. The last pipe is the 3AE212A. This is the pipe way that has two opposite facing 90-degree angles at the end. This goes from the top of the sump tank to the passenger side of the radiator. The manual has this going from the top of the sump tank to the driver's side radiator, but again, I did this differently. Um, I did not use copper grease like in the manual. I found that it slipped on just fine. You just want to make sure that you don't strip the threads by twisting too hard. So tighten it by hand, and then when it's all the way tight, just sort of nip it up with the wrench at the end. Um, the session ended up going pretty long just because I wasn't sure how to route the pipes. But if you know how to route them and you know where to attach them, could probably do this in about a half hour.